extra mercy, and also known as malamas because it really helps us to cleanse our mala, which is lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, illusion, etc. So we are going to read chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita entitled Purushottam Yoga, the Yoga of the Supreme Person. And we'll discuss one verse as we did yesterday. So there are about 6-7 devotees on the call. We can all do 3 verses each, and then more may join later. We'll see. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhvamulam Madha Shakham Ashvatham Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavet Adhaschordhavam Prasritastasya Shakha Guna Pravriddha Vishaya Pravala Adhascha Mulani Anusantatani Karmanubandhini Manushya Narupamasyeha tathopalabhyate Nanto na chade na cha sampratishtha Ashvatthamenam suviruddhamulam asangashastreణ dridena chitva tata padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuya तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यथा प्रवृत्ति prasrita purani. Okay, someone can do next 3 verses. Anyone wants to read?
I can try, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay.
Nirmana jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama dvande vimukha sukha dukkha samajne gachanti amudha padam avyaktam tat na tat vasyate suryo na shashanko na pavaka yat gatva na nirvartante tad dhama paramam mama mam evam so jivaloke jiva bhuta sanatana mana shasta indriyani prakarti stani karakshati. Hare Krishna.
Nice. Next. Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. Shariram yad avapnoti yad chapya utkramitsvara grihitvatani samyati vayurgandhan ivashayat Shotram chakshusparshanam cha rasanam grahanam evacha adhisthaya manaschayam vishayanupasevate utkramantam sthitam vapi bhunjanam va gunanvitam vimudhananupashyanti pashyanti jnana chakshushu. Hare Krishna.
Next, anyone wants to read? Ruby Mataji, 3 verses.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dangat Pranam, Hare Krishna devotees. So Prabhuji, which number? Just I joined.
11, 12, 13.
Okay, sure. Yatanto yaginaschayam pasyanti atmani avasthitam yatantopi akritamano nainam pasyanti achetasa yad adityagatam tejo jagad bhasyate yad chandramasi yaschan chagnau tat tejo vidhi mamakam gam avisya cha bhutani dharayami aham ojasa usnami cha sudhi sarvah समो भूता रस्ता रस रसात्मका रसात्मकः। थैंक यू।
Thanks. साधना भक्ति माता जी, आप पढ़ना चाहेंगे? हिंदी में खोलो।
कौन सा पढ़ना है? सर्वस्य चैन?
हाँ, 15वां से।
हरे कृष्ण। सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मता संविति ज्ञानपोहनं च वेदेश सर्वे मे वेदो वेदांत कृत्वेद विवेदेव चाहम्।
Next.
दो इमो पुरुषों लोके षड्च अक्षर एव च सर्वाणि भूतानि कुटस्थ अक्षरम उच्यते। उत्तमं पुरुषं तु अन्ये परम आत्मा इति उदाहृत या लोके त्रयो अविशे विभ्रूति अव्ययम् ईश्वरम्।
गीता यादव माता जी, आप पढ़ना चाहते हैं? As 3 verses. यस्माक्षरम् अतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रति प्रति प्रथितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवम् असम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदम् उक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत। ॐ तत्सत्। श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्ण अर्जुन संवादे पुरुषोत्तमयोगो नाम पंचोदश अध्यायः। गोवर्धनधरं वन्दे गोपालगोपरूपिणं गोकुल उत्सवमीशानं गोविन्दं गोपीकाप्रियं वन्दे नवघनश्याम द्विभुजं मुरलीधरं पीताम्बरधरं देवं स राधं पुरुषोत्तमम्। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear Vaishnavas, for joining. We just read the chapter 15 and then the important verses for the Kartik month. So we'll do one verse every day. Yesterday we were talking about the first verse, 15.1, and a lot of wonderful things were mentioned. Prabhupada mentioned that the process of extricating, and we emphasized on that, is devotional service. This upside down world is a hotel, which is not our true destination. This is hotel. And we keep jumping from one branch to the other, which is the planetary systems, trying to enjoy the fruits of our reactions, which are dharma, artha, kama, moksha. And we get caught up in this, the flowery language of these leaves, which are compared to the Vedic hymns, and we miss the true purpose of the Vedas, which is to extricate oneself. The true purpose is not to get more caught up in dharma, artha, kama, but to understand what is real destination, which is to extricate oneself. So now we are going to read 15.2. Yes, Adha Mataji, you want to read? Thanks for joining.
Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees. Adashodvam prastutastasya sakhaha guna pravruddha vishaya pravalaha adasya molanyanusantatani karmanubhandini manushaloke. Translation purport by Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The branches of this tree extend downwards and upwards, nourished by the three modes of material nature. The twigs are the objects of the senses. This tree also has roots going down, and these are bound to the fruitive actions of human society. So, you want to continue, Prabhuji, purport also?
Sure.
Okay. The description of the banyan tree is further explained here. Its branches spread in all directions. In the lower parts, there are variegated manifestations of living entities, human beings, animals, horses, cows, dogs, cats, etc. These are situated on the lower parts of the branches, whereas on the upper parts are higher forms of living entities, the demigods, Gandharvas, and many other higher species of life. As the tree is nourished by water, so this tree is nourished by the three modes of material nature. Sometimes we find that a tract of land is barren for want of sufficient water, and sometimes a tract is very green. Similarly, where particular modes of material nature are proportionately greater in quantity, the different species of life are manifested accordingly. The twigs of the tree are considered to be the sense objects. By development of the different modes of nature, we develop different senses, and by the senses, we enjoy different varieties of sense objects. The tips of the branches are the senses, the ears, nose, eyes, etc., which are attached to the enjoyment of different sense objects. The twigs are sound, form, touch, and so on, the sense objects. The subsidiary roots are attached and aversions, which are byproduct of different varieties of suffering and sense enjoyment. The tendency towards piety and impiety are considered to develop from these secondary roots, which spread in all directions. The real root is from Brahmaloka, and the other roots are in the human planetary systems. After one enjoys the results of virtuous activities in the upper planetary systems, he comes down to this earth and renews his karma or fruitive activities for promotion. This planet of human being is considered the field of activities. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Well, there is a lot in there to digest, is it not? So maybe help me to help each other. Let's help each other to digest. So what did we read here? What's one thing you remember from the purport?
The twigs, the senses, and this.
The twigs are the senses.
Yes.
Okay. What are the branches which are mentioned again? The planetary systems.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu. Lower branches represents the lower planetary systems, and higher branches represents the higher planetary system, like spiritual, like demigod planets, Gandharvas and all.
So how many planetary systems are there?
14.
14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we're 8th from the bottom. Then change the color here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the 14 planetary systems. So we are here somewhere in the middle. Atal, Vital, Sutal, Atal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, Mahatal, Rasatal, Patal. Bhu, Bhur, Bhava, Swa, Maha, Jana, Tapa, Satya. Brahmaloka on the top, where Brahmaji resides. So lower branches refers to lower planets or species, right? Which are a byproduct of what? Or which we get because of what?
Modes of material nature.
Yes, the three gunas. Urdhvam gachanti, who knows that verse? Sattvastha. Those who are in Satagun, they go up.
For plants. Yeah.
What's the next
Yeah.
line?
Madhye Tishtanti
But
Rajasa.
Rajasa. So in the middle are those who are mixed or passion. Then Adho Gachanti Tamasa. The other down are the Tamasa. Then there is mention about the roots also. So we discussed that. So how is the modes connected to this tree? What are the modes representing?
The root nourishment, Prabhuji. The most nourishes the, yeah, how the trees gets nourishment by the roots. The most nourishes the species, maybe.
So the branches of this tree extend downward and upward. I hope everyone has seen banyan tree, right? Has anyone seen? Say yes or no.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So if you see, it's very hard to figure out where are the roots, where are the branches. It's a very complex tree. The roots are going up, the roots are going down, the branches are going up, they're going down. It's a very complex tree, nourished by the three modes of material nature. The twigs are the sense objects. The tree also has its roots going down, and these are bound to the fruitive actions of human society. So the branches are spread in all directions. We read that. The lower modes, we read that. And the higher modes, because of different modes, the tree is nourished by the three modes. So the modes basically nourish the tree. And depending upon what mode we are, we determine our qualities, our values, our habits, our speech, our food, our behavior, the music. So we are basically influenced. We are caught up by these three modes. Who can prove with the verse that we are caught up in the three modes?
What was your question?
Prabhuji?
Okay, yes, please recite that.
प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणे कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कारा विमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते. So,
Very nice. Yes, please.
yeah, with the false ego, we think that we are the doer, but everything is done by the modes of the material nature in this world. Yeah.
Excellent. Which verse is that from the Gita?
I don't remember the words, Prabhu. It may be third chapter, maybe.
3.11 and 3.13. Let's see.
I
Oh,
think
that's
it's
the 323?
327, I guess.
327.
327, I guess. It's Prakriti Kriyamani Guna Karmani Sarvesh.
Okay, 327. Yes, nice. Important verse. So this is also going to help remember so many other verses. So basically, we are caught up in this Prakriti, but we feel because of false ego that I am the doer. Atma, vimud Atma thinks, karta aham, मैं करता हूँ. Okay. What other verse can we share here that we are caught up in these three modes or influenced by three modes or caught up?
Traigunya Vishnu Veda Prabhu? I don't know.
Yes, that's also nice one. Devi Esha Gunamai Mamma Duratteya. That's also 7th chapter. So there are multiple verses which shows that we are caught up. His Grace Visheshika Prabhu often what he does, he goes, further in I want to go further in the meaning of this word twigs. Small, thin, woody shoots or branches that grow off a larger tree or bush, usually without leaves. So what are twigs referred to here?
Sense object, Prabhuji.
the objects of senses. And the tip of the twigs are
Senses.
the senses. So we enjoy the sense object by the medium of the senses. Is it not? Like ears want to hear. What are the sense object? The sound, beautiful scene, beautiful smell, etc. So the twigs are the sense objects, and the tip of the branches are referring to
Senses.
senses, which is like sound, taste, etc. And the tip of branches, you see, there's so much to unpack. Sometimes we may miss all these details. It's all from the purport. You're not going anywhere else. Tip of the branches refers to
Senses.
senses, like eyes, nose, etc. Okay. The subsidiary roots, that's very interesting also. Bhoga, Tyaga. Human life, like a pendulum, we are oscillating, right? Sometimes we get something, we feel happy. Oh, let's enjoy that new car. But sometimes we get into an accident in a new car, we feel high. I was better in a cycle only. Is it not? Bhoga, Tyaga. So these subsidiary roots keep us bound in this material world. So the subsidiary roots are attachment and aversion, bhoga tyaga. Like a pendulum, we are constantly moving from one to the other. Is it not? The bhoga
Tyaga.
and tyaga. What is attachment and aversion? The two A's. What else is there? Which are the byproducts of the varieties of suffering and enjoyment. Is it not? We suffer, we feel, oh, this car is such a problem. I want to retire in just a farmland and just use bicycle. But when we had bicycle, we said, oh, how I wish I could get a brand new car. Is it not? Anyone has experienced that? We all go through that. The tendencies towards piety and impiety develop from this secondary roots. And these roots are spread in all direction. And the real root is Brahmaloka, the topmost. The other roots are the planetary. So it's, in short, it may seem very technical, but why are we trying to understand? Why are we trying to understand all this? Who can give a good question?
Because when we understand, it says that I think in the first verse it says that no, not the first verse, but it says that there's a banyan tree, because the description is talking about the material world, the reflection of the banyan tree. But the real tree, if you understand that this is an illusion, this is a reflection. So by that understanding, we can we can reach to that conclusion that about the spiritual world, right? It says that in some verses talking about when we understand that you cut the tree by the detachment.
Yes, excellent.
Shastrena, yeah.
This is the verse. We read
Sanga
that yesterday.
Sastrena, Drena Chitva. Yes.
One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Therefore, it's important to understand how it is being nourished, how our different modes kind of bind us, how we are caught up. And Lord Krishna, see the first verse and the last verse. Iti guhya tamam shastram, this confidential scripture. I am speaking to you, Arjuna, idam uktva mayanagha, O sinless one, O non-envious one. Etad buddhva buddhiman syat. One who understands this, why we're trying to understand. One who understands this will become wise and endeavors will know perfection. What is the perfection of all endeavors? Get a $1 million job or to become a multi-millionaire? No. The endeavors, the perfection of all endeavors is samsiddhim haritoshanam, right? That is the perfection of all endeavors. To please Krishna. And one who understands. Therefore, understanding will lead to devotion. One who knows me as the Supreme Lord without doubting is the knower, and he engages in full devotion. Sarva bhavena bharata. Because without sambandha, therefore the sambandha is important. Why we are caught up, how we are caught up. This tree is such a complex that it's very, very hard, complex to understand. And most people don't want to be extricated. Just imagine the word we read yesterday, extricate, important word. This is a process of extrication. But people say, hey, why bother about extrication? I'm caught up in this world. This is like an invisible jail. We are caught up in this jail. Every sane person wants to get out of the jail, but an insane person feels I'm happy here. That is our illusion. So back to text 2. So the piety, the pious and impious, right? Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu. Uti, Bhagavatam, connect to Bhagavatam. They are divine and demoniac. So we have good propensities and bad propensities, which develop from these secondary roots. What are the secondary roots? Bhoga Tyaga, subsidiary, secondary, same thing. So depending upon what things we are attached to or what modes we are associating with, we will do pious actions or impious actions. And spread in all directions, the food, the language, the habits, the clothes, how we talk, how we drive, how we behave, how we do anything. Everything is connected, which leads to further next branch, and we keep jumping from one branch to the other. After enjoying, so let's say some does pious activities, they go to upper planets, then they fall down. Shina punya mrityu loka vishanti. You see how in one verse there is so much to pack and so many verses we can connect. Renews his karma. Okay, karma is did the good action, good karma, promotion, you get good salary, good saving, you go enjoy in that planet and then back. This is the field of activities, the planet of human beings. So we are in a yoni, we are in a destiny, in a place which is considered most appropriate. We are here. And you go to a public place or something, like a library or any public place, they say you are here. And every public place needs to have something called exit sign. Like an airplane, you sit, the first thing before starting, they say, hey, in emergency, take these, the lights will glow, the seat belt, the vest, the life vest is here, these doors will open. They tell. You go to a library, you'll see exit signs. They have evacuation procedure. Even in school, they do drills. But no one wants to even talk about drills in getting out from this material world. We are getting drilled in this material world. So this is the second verse. Any thoughts, comments, questions? We'll paste this also here. Please share one thing which struck you from this.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. For me, generally, the Goloka chart, when we see the upper planetary systems and lower planetary systems and Goloka, and so different explanations were there. But this tree itself explaining everything of all the planetary systems, the different kinds of senses, higher planets, lower planets, human species, three modes, and the Vedas. Everything is actually everything covered in the one tree. If we understand this tree pretty very well, so we can actually understand the essence of doing bhakti and how to detach from this material world, how the karma and the pious things will lead us to different kinds of, again, the birth, how the tree is taking to the subordinary, like the secondary rules. From that, again, the one more tree comes. Actually, near to our birthplace, Prabhuji, so we have a big tree. So nobody knows who is the mother tree. But that place is surrounded by so many hundreds of banyan trees. So many people visit as a tourist place to see that. It has hundreds of plants like that. It's very hard to find out. From the branches, they come upwards, the roots, and again it will start one more plant. So I don't have that much knowledge at that time, but when I'm hearing about this chapter, this shloka, so it connects me to that. So how we are caught up in this material world, like with this birth, because of that karma, again we need to take the another birth to enjoy or to suffer. So thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Very nice. There's a place nearby, or I guess near Sarasota. I've been there, hundreds of banyan trees there also. If any of you want to ever come, it's called Boca Grande. It's a nice place, even for like, just to see like different elements of nature. But this is how like a banyan tree, as Mataji was explaining, it's so hard to understand which is the root, which is the mother root, which is the subsidiary, which are the twigs, and it's a complex tree. So this is how we are so, as in Gita says, Gahana Karmana Gati, so complex to understand. Hey, I'm reaping the fruits of my reaction. Is it from this life, 2 years back, 20 years back, or 20 million years back? We don't know the answer. That Krishna knows the answer. And this is also an important picture. So you can have a look here. The sense objects, the leaves are the Vedic hymns, the fruits are the religiosity, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, different fruits you see here. This reflection, this water is like the desire. The topmost is Brahmaloka, we just read. Then the other demigods, and you see the lower species, the lower planets, envious, snakes, scorpions, etc. What is that? Pious acts, pious and impious acts. What were they?
Karma Kanda.
Higher planets and lower planetary system based on our activities, Prabhu.
Yeah, these are considered to develop
Dharma,
from
Artha.
these secondary roots. So yes, so based on the modes, we do pious acts or impious acts. Interestingly, how they have shown the pious acts take you up, impious acts take you down. But still, the goal is not to get caught up in this. They are doing some yagya or something. Here they are doing some bad activities. Indra Loka with Eravat. Very nice, right? So we can meditate upon this tree as we are just read. These two verses. More will come tomorrow. Any other thoughts, comments?
There is a verse in 7th chapter, Prabhu. Tribhir gunamair bhave ebhi sarvam idam jagat mohitam nabhi janati mam ebhya param avyayam. So it says that those who deluded by three modes of nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, the whole world does not know me, who am above the modes and inexhaustible. This is 713 verse. So the similar thing is talking about that this is Krishna in the first verse, this chapter 15th one is saying that there is an exact replica. This world is an exact replica, so everything is present in the spiritual world, and this is the replica which is nourished by modes of material nature, And the spiritual world banyan tree is nourished by the devotional service, right? So and unless one cannot go above these modes of nature, as you are explaining very nicely, that bhoga and tyaga is already, either be attached or aversion, attached and aversion. And Lord has says that one has to go above the attachment and aversion. Then be in an equilibrium state. In the equilibrium state, then you can be eligible to go into the cross this boundary and go beyond the spiritual world.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mataji, for referring this verse. Very important verse. That we are caught up in this three world, but the Lord is never who is above. So we need to take shelter. If we are beggars, we need to take shelter of some multimillionaire to get out of poverty. So we are caught up in this world. We need to take shelter of someone who is beyond these modes. That is Krishna. That's only way. Rest everyone, whether our CEO, the most richest person of this world, they are also caught up. They may not realize it, but that's how the illusion is so strong. Okay, any last quick comment or thought before we pause? Okay, thank you for taking out your time. Bhagavad Gita Upanishad ki jai, Purushottam Maas ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samvita Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.